me tell you a story. Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Megan, the true skeptical one.
And thank goodness I'm Aaron the believer. That was horrible. I felt so sad. Not really, but I was
Ah.
like, this is so dumb. Of course it's a ghost.
Yeah, well, I definitely felt like I was lying the whole time. I was like, this is such a
Yeah, I
scam.
also felt like that. So if you don't know what we're talking about, if you're listening out of order, last week's episode we put out early on April Fool's Day and we swapped roles.
Yes, I am definitely through and through a skeptic because the whole time I was playing your
Ugh.
role, I thought, oh my gosh, I could debunk this so
I
easily.
couldn't be more of a believer because the whole time I was like, this is so stupid that I'm even trying. All of the doors shut at once in that bathroom. Get out of here. How'd I do that?
You did okay. You did all right.
Okay. I pulled in all your go-tos. It was
Oh.
a draft. It was a
Hmm.
squatter.
Yeah, and you had a little bit more of a difficult time keeping out the sarcasm. It
What?
was there.
I
It
don't know
was
what you're
there.
talking about.
Oh, it was so fun though, and I loved everybody's reaction,
Yeah,
because we also titled it our very last
I
episode,
know. You had to kind of
"Push You into
warm
that."
warm me up to it because I was like, oh no, 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 we can't do that.
We
But
can't put that into the universe, but I'm glad we did because it got a great
it
response.
did.
It was fun. Happy April Fool's Day, everybody.
Yeah, gotcha.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, how's the rest of your week been?
Whew, it has been a whirlwind of a quick spring break, start to a quick spring break, I guess. So I just, day one of spring break, already getting on my nerves, all the messes in my house. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't do an entire week of this. So
Yeah.
spontaneously packed my family up and we all went to Indianapolis, to their children's museum. I mean, it was just your typical fun time, but we did run into a few snafus,
Snafus.
a few snafus.
Snapoos are when an unexpected
Oh,
poo
ooh,
happens.
well, those did happen too. I mean,
Oh,
I am
okay.
traveling with a toddler. No, but a snafu. The whole reason we went, or my thought was, I can remember so vividly going to a hotel pool when we were
Oh,
kids.
yeah.
Mom would make that happen like maybe once a year,
Yeah, it was
and it
always
was
fun.
so much fun. It was just like a novelty. Like, let's do this. It was amazing.
Swim inside.
Yeah, and we never even traveled. We would go to Louisville to just a
Yeah.
hotel here in Louisville, but it was just amazing. It was so fun.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, let's do that, but then let's just top it off with something we've never done before, which was the Indianapolis Children's Museum. So the whole point of going was to get to a pool because our kids love to swim. So we get all the way there. We had the reservations made. Everything's going great, except for that I took us somehow to the wrong Quality Inn hotel.
Oh,
We
no.
went 27 miles outside of where we were supposed to go.
Oh,
And we
no.
get there, and I'm like, yeah, what time does your pool close? Oh, we don't have a pool. I was like, oh, you said you had a pool on your website. It was like, not this Quality Inn. And sure enough, we were booked at a different one.
Oh my gosh.
So we had to go 27, and you're traveling with two small kids that
Yeah. They're
cannot
already
wait to
ready to
get
be
there.
out of the car.
Exactly. So for them, 2 hours, it felt like 20 hours. So, and it also felt like 20 hours for me
Yeah,
too,
for
traveling in the
sure.
car with two kids that felt that way. So anyway, we finally get 27 miles back to where we were
Oh my
going.
god.
And we get there and I'm like, okay, here it is. Yes, this is definitely the address. Let's do this. As we're checking in, I look over and I see, oh, good, pool signs there. I even looked at James. I said, look, pool, it's
I
there.
got something right.
Right, and then I, like, started to look around the corner and I see pool closed for maintenance. I
Oh,
was like, "Oh,
no.
hell no." I go back to that guy,
Oh.
poor guy. I mean, I'm like, I looked crazy. I was acting a little crazy. I'm like, "Your pool's closed? Tell me more about that." And, sure enough, he was like, "I'm so sorry. You're like the 3rd family that's come in looking for a pool." I'm like, "Yeah, well, this is not gonna work." So luckily, we got our money back and we upgraded to the Marriott. I
Oh.
was, like, so done. I did not care. The first place I went to, it cost a lot more money, but I was like, "Let's splurge. Let's just do this."
Oh, yeah.
So we went, and it was a beautiful hotel and a beautiful pool. I mean, I was like, "Okay, we can act fancy," and that's what Miles kept saying. He's like, "Are we rich now?" I'm like, "Oh, no, no, no. No, no, settle down. It's for one night, buddy. We're not rich
Oh.
yet." So anyway, it was great. We had a great little vacation and then came home. It was a whirlwind, but it was perfect
Oh, that's
because
awesome.
any vacation with a 3-year-old
Yeah.
past one day feels like hell.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So it was great. It was a nice little. We got away. We can say we did something, and now we're back.
that's awesome. You would think that space apart would make Penelope and Miles be nicer to each other. It sure hasn't.
Oh no, they still are fight like cats and dogs.
Oh my gosh, they were so mean to each other yesterday. I'm like, why are you calling them a jerkhead?
Yeah.
Like, get out of this house.
Oh, I know. They're just both horrible.
They're, they're still awake.
Oh,
Penelope's awake.
we love
They're
them.
all awake because
We
it's spring
l-
break.
we love them with our whole hearts, but they're all the worst.
Yeah, true. Well, our weekend was much less eventful.
Yeah.
We had softball practice and nothing big.
Mm.
We did finish the kitchen.
Oh, it's so beautiful, you all.
It's beautiful. The last coat of like poly something.
Polyurethane. I think I got that right.
Yeah, maybe.
Mm.
Maybe. Probably. Probably something is on the countertop right now. So if we sound a little goofy, if we sound a little anchovy butter paste, it's because we're breathing in fumes and drinking wine.
Yeah, and maybe I might do some anchovy butter paste. I don't know. It's spring break.
Oh, it is spring break.
Mm.
Balls to the wall. We can do whatever we
Right?
want.
Let's sniff some glue. We're wild tonight.
Did you see the speaking of wild bats outside? They were extra brazen tonight.
I did not see them. Nora came flying into our house. Miles is claiming he's sick. I think he just got overheated at baseball, but he's laying on the couch like dying, and so he's like, "Don't go, don't record, Mom. I need you here, please." And I'm like, "Oh my God, am I really going to cancel because of the sick kid?" And I was about to text you when the door comes flying open. Nora's like, "There are so many bats outside." Miles jumps up, does not skip a beat. I mean, I don't even think his feet hit the ground, and he was out the door. I was like, "Yeah, I'm not canceling. You're not that sick, dude."
Yeah.
So yeah, they were great though, huh?
There were not so many. There were 3 that
Oh.
I could see. They were bigger than I remember seeing last year, and they kept
Ooh.
swooping real close to me. I was talking to
Ooh.
Mom on the iPad. We were FaceTiming while we did a crossword,
Uh-huh.
and while Rosie, hung out outside.
Yeah.
And they kept getting so close. She was like, "Would you go inside?" I'm like, "Mom, it's fine. Well, they're not going to get me." She's like, "Oh," every time I'd be like, "Ooh, that one got close." She was like, "Go inside."
I love that she's terrified from afar.
I know.
Oh,
I
that's
know.
so funny.
But anyways, they didn't get me, and they were cool to watch.
Yeah, I love bats. I used to sit outside when I lived with Jack a long time ago, and we would take the socks and put coins in them,
Yeah,
and you throw them up, and they try to swoop down and get them.
yeah, that's what Nora was doing with her
Yeah.
softball in a sock.
Oh, well, you don't want to kill a
I
bat.
know. I said that'll hurt him. She's like, "No, it's just gonna make him fly towards it." I'm like,
Oh, well, I think it was something
"Seems
about the jingling.
dangerous." Yeah,
So- but-
none came towards her. They kind of went away after that. So
Yeah, they're like, forget this.
yeah, it's
Uh,
fine. They're good. They left.
That's so
No
cool.
bats were injured,
Good, thank goodness. I
Yeah.
love bats.
and Rosie got found very quickly.
Oh, by a bat?
No, by me later when I
Oh, good.
went to go bring her inside. I did put the tracker on because she wasn't where I thought she was, and it said
All I could think of is new listeners are like, is Rosie her kid? Like, why? Why? Like her wild or one
Rosie
rogue
is
wild
my
kid?
tortoise, who I lose often, but I love to let her out.
Yes, she has drinks with Rosie. She lets her out in the yard and has
Yeah.
a cocktail.
Yep, it's great. But I went to go track her, and my battery is dead in that tracker because I
Oh,
haven't used
no.
it since I was like, oh, it's all dark now. But I found her
Oh, good.
really quick. She was right under the hose. Her
Mm.
second favorite spot.
Look at her. She's like, I remember last time. Yeah, most nights, whenever Aaron does drinks with Rosie, the entire neighborhood ends up looking for Rosie.
Yeah, not most nights. I'd say like one out of every
2 or 3
6
nights.
times. No.
It's okay. I've looked for that tortoise. Sorry, that tortoise.
She's a turtle who's specifically a tortoise. It's okay to say turtle.
Okay. Oh, well, that's good. I feel like every time I say turtle, you correct me.
No, Nora will correct you.
Oh, okay. Phew, good.
I am all caught up on Yellow Jackets. Are you watching that yet?
No, so the new season's out.
Yes. They're releasing them every Friday.
Oh,
So I rewatched all of last season.
Yeah.
And then I started this season last night, and I stayed up late. I watched both episodes.
nice.
It's such a good show.
Yeah,
And I think Melanie Linsky might be my favorite actress in the world. The
Um,
one who plays
the dark hair, the main
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's amazing.
She's so
I
good.
love her.
I love her too. I also I have a bit of an obsessive personality. That's why you got to steer me clear of cults.
No, yeah.
So when I like something, I kind of deep dive, and so I was looking on.
Twilight.
Yeah, sure, it's fine. I was looking on TikTok for Yellow Jackets theories and all this stuff,
Ah,
and then it got on a Melanie Linsky reel, and I saw. Do you know she's married to John Ritter's son, Jason Ritter?
no. Wait,
Yeah.
I gotta make sure I'm thinking of the right actress.
The guy who
'Cause
plays
I would not put those two together.
the guy who plays Dipper, like the voice of Dipper on Gravity Falls.
I would never know that.
The guy who's
Go try
in
again.
that
I
show
know
that we
who he is.
watched.
No, I know who he is.
Oh,
I'm just making sure she is who I'm thinking. The main character in Yellow Jackets?
the main character who was the best friend, Shauna. Not Shauna. Yeah, Shauna.
I ha
Shauna.
I haven't
She's
watched it.
in
The one
like
who lost her
Ever
virginity to
the
the
boyfriend.
boyfriend?
Wait a minute. There's a lot of virginity losing in that show. Actually, the other brunette, I don't know.
Good for
She's in
them.
Ever After. She's in Sweet Home Alabama. You've got a baby in a bar.
Yes.
Yeah.
She is with
She's married to Jason Ritter.
I would never put them together. I love
And
that.
listen to how cute the story is.
Okay.
Because I'm on this TikTok deep dive and I
Okay.
saw that they were on the Drew Barrymore show, which that show seems a little unhinged. She is so happy.
Oh, Drew Barrymore?
Drew Barrymore is the
Yeah.
happiest, like, oh, maybe too happy, but like so cool. Like I would love to hang out with Drew Barrymore a couple times.
For a little bit. Yeah, for a little
Like
bit.
Drew Barrymore, if you're listening, we'll come on your show.
Oh, yeah, we love you. We're like the
Actually,
number one Drew Barry fans.
she really was like my favorite growing up. I
Yeah.
watched everything Drew Barrymore was
Heck
in.
yeah.
Loved Drew Barrymore. Ever After is my favorite Cinderella version.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they had an Ever After episode where they had got like all the main people back and everything. And Melanie was on that episode.
Okay.
And they were talking to Jason Ritter and they were like, well, when did you know she was the one? And he said, well, it's actually, I don't even know. If
He's
this
like,
is
I
good.
still don't know.
No, he says it's actually not that romantic of a story. I met her and I thought she's incredible. Whoever ends up with her is the luckiest man in the world.
Oh.
But I'm not good enough. He was going through sobriety
Oh, wow.
or like struggling with sobriety. And he was like,
Wow.
I'm nowhere near good enough for her.
Oh.
And so like they had just a really strong friendship. And then he got to the point where he was like, I think I might be good enough for her.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that amazing? Like he
that
like
is.
worked so hard on his sobriety so that he could better himself and be a good enough man for her.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh, that's so
Oh,
sweet.
he's in is he in Raising Dion?
Yes,
Yes,
that's the other
he's
one I was
bad
trying to think
guy. Bad guy in Raising Dion.
Spoiler.
Oh,
You
sorry.
don't know he's the
Sorry.
bad guy till
He's
like
that
the
one guy.
last episode.
He's that one guy in Raising Dion. I only know that show because it's a kid show and I have to watch it and it's not a cartoon and so I actually kind of like it.
Yeah,
It's
and
pretty
it's
cute.
got that really hot guy in it.
Oh my gosh, he's so hot.
Michael
Sorry.
B. Jordan.
Sorry, Ritter.
Yeah, Ritter, you're
Uh,
sweet. You're like
That's
the
so
best
nice.
friend.
Good for you for working through your sobriety. Man, she was also in. Did you watch that? Sorry, now I just want to go sit
No,
on
I
your
know.
couch.
I just
What is that movie that it was like a short series of where she
Oh, Candy.
Candy. Oh my gosh,
I
that
know.
show was so good.
So good.
So
She's
good.
also a Kiwi. She's from New Zealand.
She keeps getting better
You
and
would
better.
never know it. I'm telling you, she's my
Better
favorite. I know
and
everything
better.
better. Ask me anything. I know her birthday. No, I don't really know her birthday. Don't
I love
worry,
it.
Melanie. If you get a show and want us on your show,
Oh,
I will be cool. That's
yeah.
fine.
Oh, yeah.
I won't be
we'll
cool.
be so cool. Well, I'm watching. It just made me think of like I know you don't watch the show, but now that new shows or old shows are coming back out, we're having to wait for them. I'm
Oh,
like, no, every
I
week.
know.
It's so hard. It's so hard to not sit there and binge it like I want to. But
Right.
Succession, you never would
Oh.
watch that show, and I'm telling you, it is. I don't think you would like it because you don't do very well with uncomfortable meanness.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That seems accurate.
yeah, and I kind of dig it. I'm like, just to say, like the insults that this family passes back and forth
Yeah.
are so cutting
Yeah.
and so like, oh God, that would like I would never survive in that family ever.
No. No.
It's a horrible family to begin with, but
Yeah.
just the way they speak to each other it's like comical because like, oh my gosh, I could never imagine saying that to my sibling
Yeah.
or my father or
Is this the
anybody.
last season?
I
There's
think
gonna
it
be,
is. I
and how
think it
many are
is.
there?
The fourth. This is the fourth season.
I don't know. I could maybe. I have a hard. Do you like anybody on the show?
No.
Is there anybody worth
No.
rooting for?
No.
I have a hard
No.
time with that.
Well, you switch sides constantly. And see, I
Oh.
like shows like that. Like it
Okay.
because to me, human beings are so complex. They're not just either good or bad. They're just always evolving. And that doesn't always mean evolving into something good. That could mean evolving into something bad. So you're watching it and there's like, one cousin you're kind of rooting for, and then you're like, oh, he's so dumb. And then no, he just keeps getting worse and worse because he keeps getting pulled back in, and oh, it's a tangled web. That's all it is. It's a tangled
Oh.
web, and it's so like fun to watch. Now you could look at it as it's drama that you're watching from the outside
Oh,
that
that
does
doesn't affect
not
my
at all
life.
affect you, but it is drama.
That's true. I do like that drama.
You like that in
I
real
might
life
give
though.
it a shot.
I mean, it's just shocking. Like every episode, I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that they did that to their dad, or that he did that to them, or that it's just wild. So
Okay. All
yeah.
right. You maybe have convinced me. I might give it a shot.
Now it is horrible. Like it also shows you like probably what it really is like to be a billionaire
Ugh,
or to be a multi-billionaire.
yeah.
And it's sickening. Like the whole time you're like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
You're not at all ever rooting for any of them
Okay.
because they're all horrible. But
Okay.
it does give you a look into what it's like to
Hmm.
be that horrible.
Yeah.
There's that.
Interesting. Interesting.
It's very well written. I'll say that.
Okay. Well, cool. Well, speaking of well written, you want to read some of these emails we got?
Yeah, because mine is really well written and I gasped
Uh,
reading it.
Mine. Same. I'm excited.
Oh, I'm too.
Uh, Listen to that segue. That was so good.
Yeah, like it was like we've been doing this forever. It's like we shouldn't make last week our last episode. We should keep on going. Girl, you did good on your last hustle.
Thank you. I really did. I
I mean,
got so many.
you did, and so many good ones, and they're
Yeah.
paying off right now.
They
So
got magnets. If you did not get a magnet and you sent in, you better let me know because I
yeah.
sent out a bunch.
Oh, this one was in February. Amanda.
I have no recollection anymore. So just send me a message.
Yeah. We are not very good at being organized.
No.
So Mandy, I think this person goes by Mandy. Mandy, if you did not,
I feel like I wrote Mandy. I feel like I
Well,
wrote that down on an envelope.
you should have, because this is a good story.
Okay.
But Mandy, if you didn't get one, please let us know. We'll definitely send you one. Or if you want another one, I mean, your story is good enough for sure. Okay.
Hey.
Right. Okay. Sorry. Start giving away all of our merch.
Right.
Whoop. All right. So here we go. This is the lovely Mandy's story.
Ooh, thanks, Mandy.
When my oldest son was little, he would cry about a mean man in the corner of his room.
Ooh,
Being the supportive mom, I said, no problem, we'll just make him leave. I made my monster spray, aka water with lavender oil in a spray bottle,
amazing.
and cleansed the room just in case. And after a few weeks, he stopped talking about it. A few years go by, and he and my youngest are now sharing a room. The youngest doesn't sleep well and starts crying about the spooky guy in the corner.
Ooh.
My oldest tells him, don't worry about him. He's always there, but he's just going to stand there and stare at you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, did that not make your butt clench? When I read it first, I was like, oh my gosh, that's horrible.
That is horrible. How this was a few years later?
Yes, so that poor baby is just like, okay, well, I guess that spray
That
just,
monster spray keeps him in the corner. I still have to see him every night.
and I guess I'll be okay with that. I'm just not going to talk
Ugh.
about it anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's the part that I gasped at. I mean, that's
That's horrible.
horrifying.
That's so scary. What would you do if your kid said that?
Oh, I would like immediately tell me more. What is going on? I mean, that's just awful. You've seen this every night. Oh, that's awful.
And then you believe in ghosts.
No, I believe in the squatter that stayed
Oh
in the
my,
corner.
every night.
I
No
mean-
squatter has that much self-control.
You don't know
That much
squatters.
discipline. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's the slowest burn for a squatter ever.
Or I would go, what shadow figure? Like what? Not figure, like not an actual shadow figure.
Like shadow is being cast.
What shadow is being cast that
No way.
cannot be taken away?
I
know.
That gave me cold
I
chills.
know. I told you, butt clenching. Okay.
Who needs cold chills when you have a butt clench?
Right? Sometimes, or it's like not even a clench. It just kind of hurts a little bit. It's like, oh my gosh. It's like a shooting. Like, whoa, oh, that's horrible. That's awful. Anyway, sorry about talking about things shooting in butts. Mandy, I think this is the first time listening. I'm so sorry.
Oh
I
my
will.
gosh.
I will be more polite. I will be on my best behavior.
No
Okay.
promises.
Okay. No promises. Okay. And Mandy goes, oof.
Yeah.
I do have a theory about the guy, though. I worked at a doctor's office, and my patient needed to update his address in our system. His old address was my house, so we
Huh.
talked about his time there. That room belonged to his older son, a soldier who died overseas in an explosion. I know,
Oh,
isn't that awful?
yeah.
I think the man may have been his son, coming home to his childhood bedroom, trying to understand why there were two little boys sleeping in his room.
Oh,
We moved a few years ago, and our one request was that our realtor find somewhere that was not haunted.
yeah, for sure.
Oof. Oh, I said what she said. Oof. Exactly. I have a few other stories about my own childhood home and my college dorms, and some strange reoccurring dreams that my daughter and I share.
Ooh,
Oh, that's a good one.
that is a good one.
So when you need more stories, I'll send them your
We
way.
always need more stories.
Always, Mandy, we do. And that, what a good one that
Oh
was.
my gosh, yes, butt clenching. Yeah, when we've bought two houses in my lifetime, like as an adult,
Yeah.
and both times Kevin is embarrassed because I asked the realtor every house, I'm like, is this one haunted? We've yet to find a realtor who believes in ghosts, which is annoying. But they'll
Well,
be
if
like,
they do you think they'd really tell you?
I there is some law out there. It's like an undercover cop. If you ask, are you an undercover cop? They have to tell you the truth. If the
I
house
don't
is
know that you
haunted,
really do.
I
I don't
don't.
know that they really do. I think that that's fake.
I know, but I think there are some states where you have to disclose if someone has died in the house.
Mhm.
Obviously, they don't have to admit that it's haunted because some
Haunted,
people
right?
won't believe it. But
Because science has not proven that it's really a true thing?
science hasn't proven a lot of things. Bigfoot, Loch Ness monster. It's fine.
Alright, alright.
It's fine. But anyways, yeah. So I've asked every time we go in a house. I'm like, but is it haunted? Anybody died in here? And Kevin's like, would you please quit asking? I'm like, no. When I find the house we're gonna live in, I'll stop asking.
That's so funny. And so in both houses, they're like, "Yeah, no, it's." Do they ever tell you, "Yeah, someone's died in
No,
here?"
they usually go, not that I know of. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
that seems real shady.
That is a very suspicious way to answer that question.
Yep.
And we already know everywhere you've gone, someone
Somebody's
has
died.
died. Someone has died in this exact seat that I'm sitting in right now.
In that chair?
No, the spot that
Oh,
this
okay.
chair is in, someone has died on it. I
Right,
mean,
right, right.
come on. Listen, our world is so old. Anyway, um,
Mhm.
my whole point though with this is that I do think it's like a shadow that has been cast somewhere in the corner that his little imagination has made up. And it probably does look scary. There's a lot of times shadows at night. If you have like the same thing always there, like their same toy chest or their toy bureau or whatever it is that's still there and it's casting the shadow and it looks like a spooky man, that's
Yeah.
what your mind is going to go to. And it always stands there. It's always still. That's why it's there. And you're so little, you don't know about shadows yet. You don't learn that
But it's
until you're
been
in
years.
kindergarten.
It's been years.
Yeah, 2 years. That little guy could have been talking at 2 years old and said that. And
Yeah.
then 2 years later,
Mm.
that shadow has never moved. It's always there. He just stands there. He's not going to hurt you, but that's what it is.
But did he stop? Did he only stop moving once they sprayed the spray?
No, I don't know about that. I think maybe that's when
It
that's a good
appeased the kid.
question. But I think that's, yeah, when the kiddo was like, okay, well, as long as it's just not going to do anything, I'm okay with that.
Who I don't know. That second confirmation of like,
Yeah,
no,
well,
no, no, it's
more than
fine.
one
Don't
person
worry.
sees a shadow.
Yeah, but you see it from different angles. It's not gonna look the same. Like
Uh,
maybe if they're on a bunk bed, maybe.
did you ever have to share a room with us? I always had
Yeah.
to share a room with our oldest sister.
Oh no.
Did you and I
I'm
share a room?
so sorry. You
I don't remember
refused to
this.
share a room after a certain point. You're like, I'm done. And mom and dad were just like,
Yes, I'm
okay.
such a
So
diva.
me and our oldest sister shared a room for years.
Nice.
For
Man, I'm
years
good.
and years and years. You
Love
got
it.
the room to yourself forever. Whoever
Mhm.
says middle children get the worst deal are liars. We're Trust me, as a mom of three kids, I'm afraid of my middle child, and
As you should be.
they get their way almost every time.
Uh-huh. The squeaky wheel gets the oil, right?
Yeah, I'm like, that's fine. Just please don't claim that you're not loved because you are.
Oh, well, we're definitely not.
Oh, there
We're
are.
we are given things. We're given rooms, but loved the most? Are you kidding me?
They tried to say yesterday, well, that's because Sophie's your favorite. I was like, I will.
Who said that? Mom and dad?
No, Nora,
Oh,
the
was it?
middle child,
What?
said,
Spill
well,
the
of
tea.
course you did because Sophie's your favorite. I was
Well,
like,
yeah.
oh,
The
well,
first is always the favorite,
no,
and then the
no.
baby is like the cutest, and then the middle one's like, you're just stuck in there. You'll fine. We'll give you the
The
room.
middle is sometimes the funniest. I'm going to whisper that.
Yeah, the middle is always the
Because
funniest,
they're still awake.
and the one you don't have to worry about.
But also, I don't feel that way about my childhood because clearly we got me, the baby.
Mhm. I mean, you're funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I heard it. I'm ignoring it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Great story. Either way, Mandy, please send us the other ones in.
Yes, for sure. Oh,
Wow.
especially that reoccurring dream with your
Yes. A
daughter.
shared dream.
Yeah, that's so spooky. That's like my ghost story.
Yeah, the shared dreams are always bizarre to me.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a whole subject of science out there that happens. I mean, I think it's actually out there, but I
Yeah.
don't know anything about it.
Hmm.
Like I have a friend who
Almost like ghosts.
no. I said
Mhm.
science.
Y
I have a friend.
okay.
I have a friend
Uh-huh.
who does sleep studies. I think I've talked about him on here before.
Yeah.
I would love to shadow him just so I could
Yeah.
sit there and watch. I mean, I think that's so fascinating what happens in your subconscious
Yeah, absolutely.
mind. Yeah,
Yeah.
mind blowing.
All right. Well, you ready for my story?
Oh, yes. I was so excited to read Mandy's, and I cannot wait for yours because you had a lot of interesting noises coming out of you while you were reading.
Don't say that, please.
It wasn't farting. It
it,
was just
it was
gasps
all
and awes and excitement.
yes, it was all oral.
I didn't suggest it wasn't.
It
I
sounded
felt
like
well,
okay.
okay.
Okay, so I'm going to read a story tonight from Katie. Hello, here is my listener story submission. Oh, Kate. Sorry, not Katie.
Hi, Kate.
She, her, they, them. Hello, here is the spookiest thing that I have ever experienced.
Ooh.
Still gives me the creeps to think about it today. When I was 17, I was living with a friend. I grew up in a cult, so at 16,
What?
when I decided I was done, I was kicked out of the house.
Oh, tell me
I know it doesn't have to
everything.
be paranormal. Like, if you're comfortable talking
Yes.
about your upbringing, I am incredibly interested.
Absolutely.
Our bedroom was the door at the end of the hallway off of the living room. Her parents' bedroom door and the bathroom door were directly across from each other along the same hallway. They had recently moved into the rental house, so not everything was completely put away yet. Her parents had a large mirror they hadn't put up yet, so it was leaning up against the wall, facing the doorway/hallway. The bathroom was one of those long, narrow bathrooms where the doorway looked directly down the center of the space.
Man, I'm trying to picture this, but all I keep thinking of is tell me more about that cult.
I know, I'm sorry.
Okay,
So
I've
it
got it.
sounds like the bathroom is like at the end of the hallway, so they can look down the whole hallway.
Okay, but we have a mirror tilted somewhere,
There is a mirror up against.
which, by the way, makes you look so skinny when it's tilted. Always love that good tilted mirror. But anyway, so where was that? Was it in the parents' room?
Let's see.
In the hallway?
Let me. Okay, her
Mhm.
parents had a large mirror they hadn't put up yet, so it was leaned against the wall, facing the doorway and hallway.
Okay.
So I
Facing like
think
the
at the
front
at the
door.
end of the hallway, facing the door in the
Oh,
hall.
okay. Okay.
Another important thing to note is that her stepdad would often let this kind, older, homeless man he knew stay over on the
Oh,
living room couch
okay.
if the weather was bad.
Oh,
I know. Now listen, I know how that sounds, LOL, but I promise this man was actually very kind and not sinister in any way.
yeah, I'm okay with that.
Right. I mean, as a mom, it scares me. I
Yeah.
wouldn't do it with like young kids, but I think it's so sweet if you're.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's been a lot of things that once I became a mom, I was no longer open to
Yeah.
like I was before I
Yeah.
had the responsibility. Like if it's just me, sure, sleep on my couch, it's fine. But once I had kids, I had to kind of draw that line.
Yeah.
But that I could totally. I'm like, okay, I get
Right.
that. I get that.
I could definitely see your husband doing this. So
Oh,
like you
he
should
does.
maybe let him know about you
Well,
about
I
your
know
line.
I already had. I
Yeah.
had to draw the line. Like he told me about a homeless man that he brought into his home, and that's why I fell in love with him. I'm like, that's amazing. And then the same opportunity presented itself, but now we have children.
Yeah.
So it does change, and all of a sudden you're like, there's an added like you want to teach your kids those wonderful things,
Yeah.
but you're also responsible for them just staying alive and not being scarred. So
Right.
yeah, it's a hard line to draw.
Right. Absolutely. Also, side note, I'm going to try to start saying unhoused instead of homeless because that
Mm.
shouldn't define a person. And I have a hard time
Yeah,
remembering to switch that verbiage.
it's
So
a hard one. It's a
it
hard
is
one to
really hard,
switch.
but I'm going to try to for the rest of the story if that comes up again.
Okay.
All right, so back to the story. They had offered him an actual space to stay in, but he was pretty set in his ways and only stayed over if the weather was really bad or cold. One night while he was staying over, I woke up, like most nights, around 2 a.m. to go to the bathroom. I popped our bedroom door open to hear for anyone up and could tell that the house was quiet and everyone was sleeping. So, being afraid of the dark, I ran into the bathroom, flipped on the light, and left the door open. I saw Tim Curry's It far too young and had a deep fear of bathrooms for a long time.
Yes.
So, having the door open when no one was around was common for me at this point in life,
Hmm.
which is so funny because that's how we grew up, was just peeing with the door open.
Always. Yeah.
And I have a hard time because Kevin thinks it's so weird. Like, if it's just Kevin at home, he doesn't think that's weird, but like my girls think it's weird if I have the door open.
I come to
I
your
know.
house and I pee with that door open every night.
The more you drink, the more open your door gets.
This is how I am.
I know, like
It's just me peeing. What's wrong with that?
I know. I think it just doesn't dawn on me to close the door if I'm just peeing.
No.
And then I'm like, Nora especially would be like, "Would you shut the door?" I'm like, "Oh, it's just peeing.
It's
I'm just
me
peeing."
That's all I'm doing is peeing.
I
It's
know.
fine.
I know.
Oh, that's
Anyways,
funny. Yeah, we definitely were raised like that.
totally.
And I'm not gonna stop.
And I've never seen Tim Curry's It. And
What?
no, it's too scary to me. I don't want to watch it.
Oh yeah, it's very scary. We should maybe do that for a Patreon night.
I love Tim Curry. I don't know if
Mhm.
I can be afraid of him
Mm.
because I was so attracted to him when he was that
Oh.
vampire in the
Oh, you could totally be
Littlest Witch. Is that what that was called? Ugh,
terrified of him.
loved him.
Yeah, I don't know who he is, but yeah, he's great.
You don't know who Tim Curry is? Yes, you do. Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh yeah,
Tim Curry.
Well, yeah, he can be terrifying. He's in a lot of terrifying
I
things.
know, but he's so sexy when he's that vampire
Yeah.
flying through the wind with that big long cape. Do you remember that? Like
Yes,
that was
I
like
do
my
remember
sexual
that.
awakening. I'm pretty sure I've said that about somebody else, but
Yeah, you did about the tree, the giving tree.
no, no, no.
Yeah,
What
we're
was
right
it?
back here again.
I do remember this
Nick
conversation.
Hess is yelling it out right now.
Not to give oh.
Yeah,
love you
when he's like
forever.
sauteing
I
mushrooms.
love you forever.
Yeah.
I feel like so much of my personality is coming out with my attraction. Like so much is like,
Yeah.
wow, this was weird.
You finally made it up to an NSYNC boys, but for a while there, it's like
Oh my
older
gosh.
vampire looking like men who love sauteing mushrooms. Also,
Yeah.
that polyurethane, it's kicking in.
It is. Hello. Okay. All right. Anyways, back to this really good story. I'm so sorry, Kate.
Okay, so we have a mirror. It's propped up against the side of the house.
Kate is peeing.
Kate's
Doors
peeing.
open,
Doors
lights
open. I
on.
get it. Totally. You're like, I'm terrified. Doors open. We got this. Okay.
Okay. The parents' bedroom door was also open, so I could see directly down the bathroom. Nope. Down the bathroom and into the room.
Yeah, so she's looking through the bathroom
Oh,
into their
the
room.
mirror is in their room.
Oh gosh. Okay, here we go.
Which is
That's what I
very
thought.
brazen that you are peeing at these people's house. I love it, Kate.
Oh, I would do it. Middle of the night? Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
I would
No,
keep the light off.
Kate, I would be just as brazen. You're terrified.
Yeah.
You don't, because you've never seen it, but it is very scary in that bathroom scene. So
Okay.
you're going to keep that bathroom door open so that if you need help, you're going to get help when you need
Okay.
it. So that bathroom door is open. It's the middle of the night. Nobody's going to come in. You're fine. It's fine. Anyway,
Okay.
go on.
Okay. The parents'
it.
bedroom door was also open, so I could see directly down the bathroom and into the room where the
Mhm.
mirror was sitting.
Oh God. Here we go.
It says, no worries. The parents' bed was not placed in a spot in the room where it could see into the hallway or bathroom. So,
Or that you can see what's going on in the parents' bed.
oh,
Just
right.
saying,
And
look,
hello.
either
Hopefully they
way.
close the door for those fun
Right?
times.
I mean,
I had my eyes set on the hallway to make sure I didn't see or hear any movement since I had left the door open. All of a sudden, the reflection of a large black figure went past across the mirror,
oh no.
as if something or someone was coming from my friend's and my bedroom and down the hall into the living room. The only problem with this, nothing and no one actually went from our room and down the hallway to the living room. If someone would have, I would have seen them because they would have been
Gone
in
past
between
the hallway.
where I was and where the mirror
Okay.
that the reflection showed up in was.
Hmm.
The other issue with this is that the only other person that was in our room was my friend, so it would have been her. She was not tall enough and not large enough to have even had a reflection like the one I saw.
Hmm.
I panicked, finished as quickly as I could, didn't wash my hands, not going to lie,
Mm-mm.
and ran to our room and jumped in bed. The next morning, I told my friend about it all, but before we had actually left our room for the morning. Once we did start to leave our room, her mom immediately pulled us aside into the parents' room to inform us that
You
the
all should always close the door when you're peeing.
and wash your hands. No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
Middle of the night. I never wash my hands in the middle of the night.
Hell
I'm like,
no.
I'm
Come on.
going in my covers.
Let's
It's
all
fine.
get
I
real.
did have
Come
to
on.
tell Kevin when we finally got a house that had a bathroom connected to our bedroom. I was like, oh, here's where I spoil it. I don't wash my hands in the middle of the night. Like I wash my hands every time during the day, but if I pee in the
I
night,
love that you thought that he was going to care
yeah, it was
enough in the middle of the night to
yeah,
call you out on not washing your hands in the
yeah.
middle of the
I'm
night.
always afraid of being judged.
Oh, wow. Yeah. There it is. Okay.
Once we did start to leave our room, her mother immediately pulled us aside into her parents' room to inform us that the unhoused man had passed away in the middle of the night in
Oh,
the living room.
no.
I
Before or after he robbed them in the parents' bedroom
know.
and darted.
No, listen.
I'm just saying, there was an
It,
extra person
but
in the
it
bedroom
came from the end of the hall where nobody was in the bedroom. He was out in the living room.
that you knew of
No,
before
listen.
you went to that
No,
bathroom.
listen.
Was
Let me
was that
finish the story.
okay? Okay.
Since he was unhoused, the parents covered his after death costs and were
Oh.
down as his only known contact. When they got his cause of death back, it turned out he had had a heart attack that night. The scary thing is, his time of death was determined to be the same time I saw the reflection of a tall, dark shape going toward the living room. Did I see the Grim Reaper? My friend thinks
Oh.
so. I've always been too spooked to think too deep into it. Kate. Oh
Whoa.
my goodness. That is so scary.
Okay, what do we? I have no idea about the Grim Reaper. It's always just been like a silly fairy tale thing to me. So, does legend say that if you see the Grim Reaper, you die too? Though
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't
I
know.
feel like that would be a thing.
But maybe not the reflection. Maybe it's like the basilisk in Harry Potter, which you don't know, but everybody
Nope,
else who
nope,
listens does.
no idea.
If you don't look it straight on, like maybe if Kate saw it actually walk past, it would have because
Mm,
she only saw the reflection.
yeah.
Maybe we're good.
Okay. There was a lot of reflection talk, which I'm a little confused about. 3 glasses of wine in.
Okay.
So, what if? Just go with me here, and you correct me because I know you will.
Oh, you know I will.
Right, I know you will. Let's call this person. Let's give this person a name.
Okay.
What's a nice name? Fred.
Sam. Okay.
Sam. Oh, Sam's much nicer.
Okay.
Okay, so Sam is something's wrong. Sam can tell something's wrong. Sam is trying to get help from somebody. Right before Kate goes into the bathroom, Sam makes his way down to the bathroom or down like to that end of the house looking for help.
Okay. They would have to be in the hallway when Kate was going to the bathroom.
Maybe
Like
not.
on the way.
Maybe
like,
they're in another room.
It sounds like it's bathroom, Kate and her friend's room, parents' room,
What if
living room.
Okay. Well, Kate's already in the bathroom. Like while Kate is going into this room, Sam walks past. Kate's like back turned. While Kate's turning that corner, Sam walks past,
Okay.
goes into Kate's bedroom where Kate was,
Uh-huh.
and is in there. Kate sits down in the bathroom, is doing her business.
Okay.
And
I'm
then
about to correct
Sam
you.
stumbles out and then passed.
Kate would have been able to see them come out of the bedroom. They would have passed in front of the bathroom door.
Oh, so Kate's bedroom is directly across from the bathroom?
Kate said that they would have seen somebody come out, but the only thing they saw was the reflection.
So what if the reflection of the mirror, like when he goes he's going back to the couch,
Mm-hmm.
it catches his reflection?
I feel like she would have seen them come
Maybe,
down.
but it's pitch black. You've got the lights on.
I don't know.
Like maybe you hit the reflection more than you did.
It just
Poor
makes
Sam
more
is, like,
sense
looking
that
for
it's the
help.
Grim Reaper. It really
Does
does.
it?
It
Does
does.
it? Does
It does to
Oh,
me.
it's so weird to me. That makes more sense to you than like an actual person moving around and making a reflection.
No, it does. 100% it does.
The Grim Reaper, like
Yeah.
he's got his what is that called?
A
Shiv?
sickle.
A sickle? gosh, see, I'm not the only one messing up words tonight. A sickle and his hood on, and he's just like walking about.
I've never seen the Grim Reaper,
Right.
so I don't know for sure.
But
I
you
don't know if he
believe in him.
actually looks like the cartoon. I don't know if I did until tonight, but now I do.
Oh, I mean, that's a
Oh my
great
gosh.
classic. I mean, it's just such a good ghost
It's
story.
so scary.
It is so scary. But I'm gonna go because that's just who I am.
Mhm.
With I think that it was Sam, unhoused Sam, looking around trying to find help.
I feel like if he had been Sam's size, she would have been like, maybe it was his spirit even.
Yeah, but
But
how well are you gonna take a look at this person? I mean,
you better believe if there is somebody sleeping in the house with me, I'm gonna be who I'm a
no,
little
the
bit
first thing
concerned
you're gonna
about.
think of is I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not gonna sit there and stare at this person.
Okay. But also I'd be like, let me get to know Sam so I am less uncomfortable.
I'm gonna call bullshit on that 100%. You would not do that.
What?
You would not do that. Somebody might do that, but I don't think you would do that.
I feel like I would. I wouldn't just
I
I
don't think you
wouldn't have
would.
I wouldn't feel comfortable having a stranger in my house. I would want to get to know them.
They're not in your house. They're in someone else's
Yeah, but
house.
in the place where
And
I'm
you're
going
a
to be
guest, and you're
sleeping,
a guest in their house.
even more so, I have no control over who they're letting in. I better make sure
You would
I
not.
know this person.
Your fuck politeness did not fuck politeness today twice.
I know. It wouldn't be impolite. I wouldn't be like, "Tell me all about your life, person." I would be like, "Tell me about yourself, Sam." I would make conversation. I would
Interesting.
observe. I'm
I
never
I
not
think
observing.
now you might in this
No.
moment, but I think
Nope.
that in that moment, I think that you would respect that Sam is just welcome here, and I'm not going to cause too much attention to Sam,
No.
and I'm just going to go about my merry way and be in this
I would
room.
I would pay enough attention to
Either
Sam.
way, it's possible that it could have been another person
No, it's not.
walking around.
No, it's not. Okay.
Maybe not even Sam.
Okay.
Maybe just another person in the house. Maybe the
They
mom, the
specifically
dad.
said I would have seen them cross in front of the bathroom, and they didn't.
Okay, but you could also walk past a mirror and then turn back and go back to where you came from. So, like, let's say dad decides he's got to get up and pee in the middle of the night. He gets up from that side, starts to walk across for that mirror, and then sees, oh, the light's on. At this point, what's her name? Sam?
Kate.
I know there's been so many names on her. Kate is sitting there peeing and sees this, darts away like, oh my god, like terrified.
It didn't say dart. It walked
No, no,
towards.
Kate darts like
Oh,
covers eyes, like is like, oh my gosh, is terrified, looks away from the mirror like something scary is about to happen.
okay.
And meanwhile, dad goes back to his side of the bed, so Kate misses that reflection going back to bed. Dad lays down. That's not something you're going to talk about the next day. You're not going to sit there and go, oh, well, I got up in the middle of the night and I was going to go to the bathroom, but somebody was in there.
Unless you heard Kate talking to your daughter, going like, "I think I saw something really creepy."
Yeah,
You'd
but
be like,
did
"It was
you,
me.
or
It's
did Kate
fine."
just share that with the daughter?
Whatever. It was the Grim Reaper, and you can't convince me otherwise. That is so scary.
It is so scary. It is a scary, scary, scary thought for sure.
Oh my gosh, you're so annoying.
And I'm back. And I'm back.
And I'm back. It was the Grim Frickin' Reaper.
It was a great story. We can
It
agree on
was.
that.
Thank you so much, Kate.
Absolutely, Kate. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Mandy. And if you all did not get your magnets, please let me know because I am really paranoid. I
Yes.
sent out like 8 or
A
9.
lot of them, yeah. You sent a lot.
Yeah. So anybody who's written in February who didn't get a magnet, please let me know. I know one of our Aarons has sent me a message saying thanks for the magnet. So
Oh, well, thank you, Aaron, for that message. We love a good message.
that's right. And we love a good Aaron.
We do. Especially a zookeeper Aaron. Was it zookeeper
It
Aaron?
was Zookeeper Aaron.
Oh, zookeeper Aaron, get on it. Snuggle on in here. We love it.
All right. Well, I think it's time for fan favorite, which
All right.
we didn't get rid of. April
Yeah,
Fools.
April Fools. Aren't you all so relieved?
I am so relieved.
Are you?
Yeah.
You bitch.
I
Okay.
like it. I just don't like
It's
to do it.
fine. It's fine. It's fine. I will never let it go. You all can always know that that is an April Fool's. Okay. In fact, I have two, but I'm going to make you all wait till next week for the second one.
Oh boy.
Of course, this one's great. In fact, I can't believe we waited this long. The lovely, the one, the only, the Jared of the group. Our
Oh,
Patreon Jared.
Jared hasn't been a fan favorite?
Jared
How
is a
dare you.
Patreon. I know, right? I'm like dropping the ball. Jared is Melinda's husband, and we are so excited to have Jared as our fan favorite.
Oh, that's awesome. Jared comes to almost every single movie night.
Oh, always, even when Melinda's not there,
Yeah.
Jared shows up, which
I
is
know.
shocking.
I know. It's always weird to me when like men like us because I feel like we're not nice.
To men
I'm also so
specifically.
used to my life of men not liking me.
Yeah. That too. That really is where it lays. But yeah, we're not in particularly nice to men, but apparently Jared is okay with that, which that makes us like you more.
That's right. The men who like us, we love so hard.
Oh, yes. Yes, for sure. So I said, my normal spiel to Jared, awesome. Thank you. I'm honored. I was like, I wasn't the one saying awesome. He was.
I know I was a little confused,
Yeah.
but I caught him.
Sorry. He says, awesome. Thank you. I'm honored. I never expected this, which why you should have.
You should have. In fact, you should have called us out before now.
Yeah. I said, of course, Jared, we love you. What can we advertise for you? And then Jared responded, I would love to give a shout out to an organization called Paul's. Speaking of, you're about to hear some Paul's. Clickety clacketing through. That was like perfect timing. Okay, but Jared's organization is actually called Paul's. They support the Wayne County Dog Shelter where we adopted our dogs.
Oh,
And they have a lot, don't they?
I know. They're such good,
Good dog,
canine
good,
parents.
good pet parents. I think they have
Oh.
dogs, cats,
Yeah.
and more.
And pets. They're good at all of it.
They are.
I love them.
They recently posted on Facebook that they are out of dog treats.
Oh,
So we will definitely donate to make sure that they get some dog treats with the money that we can supply. And then Jared says, also, Paul's is connected with an app called Wolf Tracks. This is cool. The idea is that you turn it on when you take your dog for a walk, and every time you use it, they donate money to your organization. A great fun way to support the shelter.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I love taking Ellie for walks.
Yeah, you get to take your dog for a walk, exercise yourself and your dog, and then give money to your organization.
That's perfect. That's awesome. That's a win-win.
Win-win.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jared. I can't
Oh.
believe you weren't a fan favorite already.
Jared, no, you've been a fan favorite for a long time.
Yes, and
We're so sorry. We're just now announcing it to everybody. You've been there from the beginning.
What's the name of that app again?
Paul's.
No, what's the name
Wolf
of
Tracks.
the Wolf Tracks? Okay. I'm definitely going to put that on my phone right now.
And it's WOFTRAX.
Oh, like wolf.
Woof, 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 woof. Wolf Tracks.
Oh, that's even cuter. Okay. All right. I'm going to put that on. Thank you very much. And thank you for our story submitters. Thank you, Kate.
Gosh.
Thank you, Mandy.
Great stories.
They were so scary. This was a
Mhm.
really good, creepy episode.
Mm-hmm.
And if you would like to find out any more about us, you can go to our website at www.myskepticalsister.com, where you can find out about merch. You can find out our P.O. box. You can write in there. You can find out how to become a Patreon. $3 a month gets you any bonus content like extra bloopers, our advice episode or bonus episode, or, normally it's Am I the Asshole? Reads, because you all are perfect and have no problems.
Always.
Or for $5 a month, you get all that plus our movie night once a month. And you also get a magnet and sticker when you sign up. If you want to really help us out, you can go to the Apple Podcasts and rate, review, subscribe, or anywhere that lets you do that where you listen. So that is a big help.
Yep.
And tell your friends about us. And you know what? Speaking of Jared's sweet wife, Melinda, sent me a message the other day. I know that we have a lot of people who have come over from posts I've put up on Two Girls, One Ghost.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a much bigger podcast than ours.
Oh,
you guys.
yes, for
It's
sure.
big. And she was so sweet. She was like, would you feel comfortable if I sent them a message saying you should listen to My Skeptical Sister? Because apparently they asked for podcasts. They're like, tell us about your favorite podcast. We want to pair up with a couple of people.
Well, hello.
I know.
We're right here.
And I was like, absolutely. I couldn't I couldn't say yes fast enough because
Oh.
that would be huge for us. So if you listen to that podcast and enjoy us, then it could be a fun dynamic. We are a
Mhm.
bit older than the friends,
Listen, that's just a little bit of seasoning on top of
and
that
we
youth.
definitely have an opposing opinion here with this one because they believe absolutely everything. I
Oh my
believe
gosh, that's
everything.
so
It
fun.
would be a lot of fun because you would be sitting there,
Oh,
bullshitting everything.
bring on all three of you. All of a sudden, I feel like the witch and
Three against
like,
one.
come on, bring it on.
So if you want to hear that, then hey, please give them our name.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so yeah, let them know that you like us and it would be a fun crossover. So
Yeah, let's do that.
if you want to write us in directly, you can go to myskepticalsister@gmail.com. And our social outlets are Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. We will talk to you all next week.
Buena noche.
You've 1,000% said that.
Yeah, no, but it's Italian for okay, fine. How do you say goodnight in Jersey? Go the fuck to bed.
Okay. I'm uncomfortable.
La 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 la.
It's fine. Here we go. Your kitchen's better than mine. I owe you $3. Actually, I owe you more than $3.
Oh.
And I owe Nora some money. I owe you both money, and I meant to pay you back.
Oh, I forgot about it.
But you know what? I did not. That's just how it goes, being
I
the
can't
older
believe
sister.
you didn't even read that text message from her. You were like, yeah, and she said it was Gwyneth Paltrow.
Okay.
It says Gwyneth Paltrow.
Well, let's talk about that for a minute. When you said that last week, I didn't even think. I just immediately thought Gwen Stefani
Oh, okay.
is who I thought you meant. And I was
Yeah.
like, I cannot think of one Gwen Stefani song that sounds like that. The whole
Yeah.
time you were talking, I was like, you are wrong. You are dead wrong. And then I also looked up the lyrics to Islands in the Stream.
Yeah.
And I swear I thought for sure it says cruising together somewhere in that. But it doesn't. But it does say like we'll ride off together. Like we'll
Yeah.
ride, So I'm like, okay, that's why I thought that, but whatever.
I know that song that you're talking about.
Yeah, I know you know. It's
Okay.
fine. It's fine. I owe you $3. That's how it is.
I'm just saying, Melissa really tried to come in and take my money. I'm like,
She
if
did.
you listen to me, my argument is sound.
Yeah, why does she think that yours
I
is
don't
not?
know.
Because it's Huey Lewis and Gwyneth
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Paltrow.
I
But
guess.
you said Gwyneth Paltrow.
I said Gwyneth Paltrow.
But the whole time I was thinking Gwen Stefani. So when you
That
said
would have sounded like that when we're cruising together.
but you're also singing
But in the
it.
best way. I love
I-
Gwen Stefani.
Oh yeah, right. And if she's listening,
Oh, I'll totally come on your show.
yes, and you can be a free Patreon, the whole 9 yards. I will
Mm-mm.
send you a magnet. Are you gonna make her pay?
No. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had wine in my mouth. Yes. Of
Okay.
course.
Kidding. Why would we make Gwen Stefani, who has all the money in the world, be a free Patreon?
Yeah, she has to
Screw
become
that.
a sponsor.
Look, listen, Gwen, settle down. You get a little big for your britches. Your ego's a little out of control here. Anyway, my whole point is though that you're singing that in the tune of Islands in the Stream, or that song is written
It
in
is
the
very
tune
close.
of Islands in the Stream.
When we're cruising together. That
Ah,
yeah.
Anyway, that's
Okay.
why it sounds so much like in my mind. But when I read that, what Melissa said, I was like, oh, that's funny. I didn't even see
Mhm.
Gwyneth Paltrow because I thought, yeah, she's about to call her out on Gwen Stefani. And I was like, so she even called her Gwyneth Paltrow. And then I realized it really is Gwyneth Paltrow. I don't think of her as being a musical singer. I think of her
No.
as just being an actress. But you know what? Turns out she's multifaceted, multi-talented. Gwyneth, if you would like to be a free Patreon.
No. We're not supporting Gwen right now.
Oh, we hate you, Gwen. What's she got
We're
going
not
on?
supporting Gwen right now. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know anything about it.
She sucks. We don't like Gwyneth Paltrow. I'm gonna say it too.
Is it because she hit somebody skiing?
She hit somebody with skiing? She's being
But I
real
feel like that sounds like an
snarky about it.
accident.
Yeah, but she was a bitch
Oh,
about it.
okay.
She won't pay any of the medical bills that he's like super in debt for. But also, she is all over my TikTok right now about
see, this is why I need to watch TikTok.
I know. She she went on this interview where she's basically talking about how she starves herself and that's how she's so skinny. And like
What?
she's like, well, he's like, I see that you're connected to an IV. She does like instead of eating food,
No.
she'll do like drips. And she's like,
no.
well, when I can get a hold of blah blah blah. And she's like, I can't pretend like I'm poor. I have a lot. I mean, She just sucks. We're
Oh.
not Gwyneth Paltrow's supporters here.
Okay.
We might sing that song because it's a banger. It's a good song. It's not a banger, but it's a good song. But she sucks.
Okay. I don't think I've ever heard it. If that makes you feel better.
I do. I mean, I could never listen to it again and be fine.
Really? I knew none of this about
Yeah.
Gwyneth.
Yeah, we don't like Gwen.
Well.
Not Gwen Stefani. We love Gwen
Oh,
Stefani.
we're all about you until we're not.
Yeah.
Until you take some political turn, and then we're gonna turn real fast on
Oh
you
yeah,
too.
we'll turn. We'll
Yeah,
turn.
real quick.
If we're anything, it's not loyal.
No. Hold on. Hold your horses
No,
there.
I'm kidding.
We are very loyal
We are very loyal.
until you suck.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden we're like, whoa, we did not see that coming.
Yep.
Because, we do live in the times where we
Yeah.
just believe that because you're famous, you're amazing. And then all of a sudden we're like, wait a second, you suck.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, let's take a step back and
Yeah.
realize that just because you're famous doesn't mean you're amazing.
You got kind of like Jersey there. You're like, you suck.
Oh, you suck.
Maybe,
yeah.
Maybe Philly. I think it's
Okay.
more like Philly.
Fine. I'll be Philly. I'll be
I liked
Philly
it.
when I have to go hard. I go hard. Remember that time I dated Jersey Shore?
Yeah, dude.
I married him. That could be a Patreon story right there.
Yeah.
You want me to tell that story for
Yeah,
the Patreon?
sure. We haven't talked about that at all, right?
I've never talked about the time I got married in Jamaica.
Oh, we're gonna have to tell it. You want to hear it? You better join our Patreon.
Okay, here we go. You ready?
Yep.